This is not going to sound very inspirational, but it all depends on your perspective, where you stand when you're looking at it, how you choose to digest it. Because either what I'm about to say could give you a lot of anxiety, or it could free you from all of it. And that is that everything that you are worrying about, in fact, everything, is meaningless. There is absolutely no meaning to anything. That includes everything that you're worrying about. That includes you. There is no meaning to your existence. There is no meaning to anything that you're doing. Whatever your job is, whatever you choose to do in your spare time, what you choose to build, what you choose to destroy, it is all meaningless. One day you will die, and everything that you are concerned and worried about today will die along with you. And not too long after you die, you will be forgotten. Because everybody who ever knew you will die as well. And then, not too long after that, humanity will cease to exist. And even if we do manage to live for billions of years, at some point, the earth will be completely devoured by the sun. It's all absolutely meaningless. And that is a beautiful thing to consider, because that means that you don't have to have anxiety. You don't have to have stress. You don't have to suffer so much, knowing that your presence here is just about experiencing. It's about experiencing yourself, the highs and the lows, the ins and outs. It's about experiencing yourself in your travel. It's about experiencing yourself through others. Everything that you go through is an answer to the question, who am I? Who am I as a married person that's miserable? Who am I in the house that I'm living in? Who am I as an employee that hates its job? Everything that you're going through, who am I? And you have no choice but to answer that question. And that's what everything is. And the reality is that that is meaningless as well, because who you are is always changing. Always. But you can find some comfort in knowing that there is a way that things can be meaningful. And that is the things that are meaningful to you. In the grand scheme of things, they're not meaningful at all. None of it is. But things can be meaningful to you. People can be meaningful to you. And then knowing that, that is what you should be focused on in your life. The things and the people that are meaningful to you. Those who you love. When you go to work every day, is it meaningful to you? If it's not, then you should find a way to let it go. When you go home to your partner, do you find that relationship meaningful to you? Or are you holding on to it because you've been in it so long? If it's not meaningful to you anymore, then it's time for you to let it go. The path to end a lot of suffering in your life is to identify what is meaningful and what is not meaningful to you. And to let go of that which is not meaningful, because it is just taking away from what is meaningful to you. Aside from that, absolutely nothing else matters. Nothing matters. besides what matters to you. And that, following that equation, is your path to least resistance and your path to the least amount of suffering that you can get away with in this experience of life.